cold, windy, gloomy winter days make me long for summer. But even though, according to the calendar, summer's not coming for several months, we can still nurture some of those summertime feelings in the middle of winter. Light a fire in the fireplace, grab a cup of coffee, and grab a great seed catalog. So I have all the seeds that I'm going to be planting within the next few weeks for my spring summer garden. After that, I'm going to take you on a tour and I'm going to show you kind of how the garden is getting along this winter. The tropical garden, we've had some cold, rainy days, so it's hanging on. And then the vegetables that I have growing right now, and then a couple of surprises, a couple of new things that if you've been following me on Instagram, you may know about one or two of those already. And if you've been a subscriber to this channel very long, one of those additions, those changes that have been made the last week, you're going to say it's about time. I know my wife did. So if you want to skip right to the tour and not go through all the vegetable seeds with me, I'm going to put the time right here on the screen and you can just jump right to that. Otherwise, let's get started with the seeds. So that great seed catalog in front of the fire for me happens to be Baker Creek. Now, if you haven't gotten their catalog, go to their website, rareseeds.com, and they'll send it to you for free. And it is so fun to look through because they've got thousands of heirloom seeds, just different things that you may not be able to get anywhere else. The website is rareseeds.com. I'll put the link down below. Now, a few rainy, gloomy weeks ago, I actually kicked back with this catalog and I ordered several seeds, and I typically order from Baker Creek, M.I. Gardener, and I'll have both those links down below. Another supplier of seeds that I love is actually a fellow YouTuber and fellow Southern California gardener, Callie Kim. And you can go check her link out. I'll give you a link to her website and her YouTube channel below. Now she has done something that I haven't really seen anywhere else. She has put together collections based on the time of year, based on different varieties, different types of seeds. And what that's great for is gardeners who may not know what to plant when, where, what to plant together. She takes all the guesswork out of that. Not only that, but something else that she has done very recently is all of her collections come in seed packets that are not only waterproof, but resealable. I've been waiting for someone to do that forever. So thank you, Kim, for doing that. And this is a collection right here. This is her spring garden seed collection. Resealable, waterproof, no-brainer. And I'm linking her website down below so you can check out her seeds. I'm going to link her YouTube channel as well. She's got hundreds of gardening videos. She's been doing it for 7 years. I've been watching her for at least 4 or 5 of those, and she was actually one of my biggest inspirations to start this channel. So anyway, check those out. All right, I'm going to start off with Callie Kim's seed collections, the 3 that I have here. And the good thing about these collections is, if you want to know everything that's in them, go to her website and take a look. So this is her spring garden seed collection. I'm just going to hit, some of the highlights here, but definitely go over there and check them out because there's a lot more than this. But she's got lettuce, basil, cucumbers, tomatoes, onions, kale, different kinds of lettuce, different kinds of peppers, a few types of tomatoes actually and peppers, some squash, and peas. That's a big collection, all in waterproof packets. She's got a lettuce collection, several different kinds of lettuce, not only tasty, but actually really beautiful varieties as well. And then she's got, and this was fun actually, a salsa collection. So you can make your own salsa, tomatoes, cilantro, onions. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Now some of the M.I. Gardener and Baker Creek, some bunching onions, several different types of tomatoes. So Lucid Gem, Dr. Witchy's Yellow or White Cheese, I'm not sure. Kellogg's Breakfast, which was my favorite tomato last year. I think that'll be a staple in the garden here. Okay, so I'm really excited about this one. This is a habanada pepper. It's an award-winning pepper. Let me just read you the description here. It's an exceptional snacking pepper with all the fruity and floral notes of the habanero without any spice, not even in the seeds. So I'm really looking forward to that because I like spice, but not a ton, but I do like the flavor of a habanero. So I'm looking forward to that one a lot. I'm gonna try some corn. I haven't tried it since the first year we moved in here, and I was so excited. I remember my dad growing corn when I was growing up, and it was the sweetest, like it's nothing like what you get in the store. And I had an entire crop of it here 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I don't know. And I watched it every day. The ears were developing, and it was just time to harvest. And that night, the rats came through and took every single kernel, stripped them completely bare. So now that I'm kind of having the rats under control, I'm going to try them again. We'll see how that works. Cucumbers, National Pickling Cucumber, so I can try my hand at canning. One of my best friends is already starting that, so I'm going to see how he does first before I get started on it, but it's something I've always wanted to try. So those that I just went through are some that I'm going to be starting early. Now these are ones that I'm going to wait a few weeks to put directly into the ground. And those are a lot of the squashes. I've got a straight neck yellow, Ronde Denise, which is kind of a cool heirloom variety, Caserta, which is a zucchini type of heirloom, a cucamelon, which I tried last year and I didn't get one plant to grow, so we'll see. A fun one here, a loofah gourd. You can't have too much loofah, right? I don't know, I haven't had one in years, but hey, to grow it would be fun. Red noodle beans, I had green ones last year and they were great, so I wanted to try the red ones. I've got green ones also. And then garbanzo beans, because I thought that would be fun as well. Look, a lot of things I eat, and they may not ever need to be grown in your garden. You can just buy them in the store, but if they're fun, I at least want to try them one time. Okay, so let's go out in the garden and take a look around. I'm going to warn you in advance. We have had a ton of rain and wind, and there hasn't been a lot of maintenance done. So you're going to see a lot of weeds. You're going to see wind damage. Who knows what you're going to see? But you know what? You get to it when you get to it, right? Let's go. I'm just going to start the tour off on a low note. This is my Stephanotis, and this is what it looks like when it gets too much water. And I had this problem last year, so I filled the hole in with some dirt, but we had so much rain, and I hope it's going to make it. It did pull out last year. Every leaf fell off of it, and then it started sprouting new, so we're going to see. We're going to hope for the best. All right, so moving along, this bed is pretty much empty. I mean, you can see there's some signs of growth with the cannas, and the gingers over there are waking up. But for the most part, this part dies down pretty good in winter. But you can see I've got several bloom spikes on my Cymbidium orchids. Got 3 on this one. And then over here, I've got a lot of buds on my Dendrobiums, going up and down all the stems. So that's exciting. And in March is when all my Clivias start to bloom, and they're budding up. Some are already started. For the most part, it's just about taking those plants that are just barely hardy here and getting them through the winter. This peace lily is actually doing very well. I never covered it up. And it's spreading. No blooms right now, but it'll bloom good in summer. So now, if you compare this to the Cymbidium video in August, there's a big difference here. These are all my water hyacinths. They look dead. I'm hoping they're not. They did come out of it last year, so we're gonna hope. There's Tuck. Hey, Tuck. So there's tons of wind damage on the bananas. I'm not even like trying to fix them because you want to leave those on because it confuses the squirrels. If you've got squirrels, they will eat the new shoots of the banana coming out, and it's very frustrating. They actually killed one of my banana trees last year. So I keep them on there until we've got a couple of new leaves, and then I'll cut all those dead ones off. Now, you're probably getting a little preview right here. This is one of the new things that has been done. I have this huge concrete slab that's been here serving no purpose whatsoever for as long as we've been here and way before that. We never used it. It just was this eyesore that just kind of divided the garden into two. So I am now adding 3 raised beds. I got 2 done this weekend. They are 4 feet by 10 feet. And there's going to be another one right here. And those will be in full sun in the summertime. And the inspiration for those was actually right here. And I have 2 raised beds over here that are doing absolutely awesome. And so now that I've seen those work, I'm going to be using them, and I'm going to be using the same idea on the 3 others. So let's go through here real quick. I've got lots of peas growing on my cattle panel trellis. I've got lots of broccoli, which I have never seen such perfect broccoli in my garden. Usually by now I'm fighting the cabbage white moth and the caterpillars, but there's none. I don't know if it's all the rain or what it is, but so down here we've got Swiss chard, we've got beets, we've got 2 different kind of carrots. We've got the scarlet nantis, and we've got, what's this one called? Cosmic purple. I'm gonna pull one of these because they're so cool. Well, that's not a very big one. Carrots are fun. I've got my Paris Island Cos, which I am just kind of harvesting the outer leaves as needed. And this is my kohlrabi, which there's a couple of them that are kind of, let's see if I can get in here, kind of starting to thicken up at the bottom. And then we've got some cabbage. Down this way, my apples are leafing out, budding up. So we should have another big apple harvest this year. And then this is my Meyer lemon espalier, which needs to be trained. This rain, it's put up some long shoots, which is kind of cool because it gives it some extra growth and some extra structure that we can train. Okay, so now for a change, for those of you who have been watching my channel for a while, I've been putting off and putting off and putting off finishing the gazebo because I was going to be building a pond. And in order to build the pond, I had to have access underneath, so I couldn't put the floor on the gazebo, and it just, long story short, that pond plan has been put on hold indefinitely. I'm maxing out the budget back here in the backyard already, so I'm going to put that on hold, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, but that means I was able to actually finish the gazebo, floor, roof, and the bridge. We're still going to have a bridge because I'm going to have a deep valley of lush bog plants below. So let's go see that. So here's a closer up view. So this will be full of bog plants, this entire ditch up front, ditch now at least. And then there's the floor of the gazebo. Now all this needs to be stained and painted. But I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Super sturdy, clean lines. Okay guys, so that's the tour. For what it's worth, here in February, there's not a ton to look at, but I am super excited about more than doubling my growing space for veggies. I'm excited about this gazebo being close to done. And you know, I'm excited for the new growing season. You know, summer's gonna be here before we know it. It's just about time to get our seeds going. And you know, in the comments, let me know what you're gonna be growing this summer. I'd like to know. As always, thank you for watching. Click like please, subscribe please, and I will see you guys on the next video.